that
It
causes
could be.
it to make a right turn.
Is that what it is? Mm.
Well, everybody, it is 6:45. Let's go ahead and start the meeting. This is the first meeting of the Far East Area Commission for the calendar year of 2021. So welcome everybody to our first meeting. We will say the Pledge of Allegiance, go through roll call, and then approve the meeting minutes for our December meeting before we proceed with the rest of the agenda. So Keith, do you want to lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance?
All right, I pledge allegiance to the flag
To flag.
of the
United States of America,
And
to the
to
republic
The
of
republic
the
which
Stands
stands
nation,
one
under
nation,
God,
under God,
indivisible, with
invisible,
liberty and
with
justice
liberty
for
and
all.
justice for all.
Oh, we were never make the choir.
I try to slow down for everyone, but you know.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, to do that, it takes so much equipment, it's unbelievable.
Okay, Jean, do you want to run us through roll call?
Oh, yes, okay. Roll call of attendance. Those who are here, please say yes. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
yes,
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
yours truly, yes. Commissioner Jones-Harris. Are you with us, Frankie?
Well, her term expired.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. I looked down and just saw it.
No problem.
Commissioner Holmes
Yes,
and Commissioner Dudley. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Did everybody receive a copy of the former meeting minutes? It would be for the month of December.
yes.
yes.
Any changes?
Nope.
Okay. I found one misspelling, but just after reviewing it again today, but that's minor. We could go back and fix that. I'll send that to you, Jean, okay?
Okay, then, thank you.
Okay. Can I make a motion to approve the December meeting minutes?
Sure. Second,
Okay. Chamberlain.
Holmes,
mm-hmm.
Chamberlain and Holmes, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Holmes second.
Okay, roll call for meeting approval. Approval is yes, disapproval is no. And of course, I will make the changes when the commission, when the chair send me the correction on the misspelling. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes,
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
yours truly, yes. Commissioner Holmes
Yes,
and Commissioner Dudley. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Motion approved.
All right. What we have next on the agenda is the appointments and officer positions. Since we don't have any seats that are, all of our seats on the commission are running unopposed at this time. And what we need to do, since the bylaws, the recent bylaw changes resulted in all of the at-large commissioners now having 3-year terms per the recommendation of 3109. The business at-large, which will be myself, will be a 1-year term ending in 2021. The at-large education seat which is vacant, will be a 2-year term ending in 2022. And the religious at large, which is Daryl Holmes, is a 3-year term ending in 2023. And then at the conclusion of those, they all roll to 3-year terms. That way those 3 are staggered as well as what our regular commission seats are.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions in regards to that? Okay. With that, our
Excuse me a second, Madam Chair. Okay, 1-year term for business,
1-year term for business, which would
2-year
end,
term for education,
yes,
and 3-year term for the clergy.
right.
And after
And then-
after 2003, then everyone will roll over to 3-year terms, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we'll make sure I have the correct in my minutes. Thank you.
Sure. And then with that, then our regular commission seats all remain the same, as no seats are up for reelection at this time that are in an open district. And we did post, everything is current on the website at this point. Let's see.
Madam Chairman, point of order.
Sure.
On the officers, which would be the chair, the vice chair, the treasurer, and the zoning. Are we not supposed to vote for them?
That's what we're doing next.
Okay,
Mhm.
sorry.
The, let's see, are there, for our officer seats, there's chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, and the zoning chair. Are there any commissioners wanting to undertake any of those that aren't undertaken right now? Is that a good way to say it?
Oh, please.
Does anyone want Daryl's position as treasurer?
Let's give him a bonus.
15%.
Well, if everyone is okay with the present officer positions, my recommendation would be to continue them into 2021.
I
Any
second.
objections? Okay, and then I make a motion to, I don't know how to word this, to keep, well, to retain Jennifer Chamberlain as chair, Summer Moynihan as vice chair, Larry Marshall as zoning chair, Jean Tyree as secretary, and Daryl Holmes as treasurer. Can I have a second?
I
A
second.
Summers, you did second.
Okay. Chamberlain first. Moynihan second. Jean, can I have a roll call
Okay.
at your convenience?
Okay, let me get one more to get here. Okay, got it. Okay. We had a motion, which was second. A motion by Chair Chamberlain, which was second, that the existing officers will retain their position. Chair as Commissioner Chamberlain, Vice Chair Commissioner Moynihan, Secretary Commissioner Tyree, Treasurer Commissioner Holmes, and Zoning Chair Commissioner Marshall. Roll call voting. All who approve will be a yes. Those who disapprove will be a no. let me roll my sheet over one more time. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
yours truly, yes. Commissioner Holmes
Yes.
and Commissioner Dudley.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay. We will move on to our first zoning. BZA 20-124-402 Junction Crossing Drive.
And that is Miss Jenkins.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one was which. Larry, do you want to lead this into a little?
Yeah, basically, and Elizabeth can elaborate on this a little bit. What they want to do, they want to expand their deck and go back to 17 feet for the setback on the property line, okay? One question I have for what I'm seeing for the diagrams and pictures in the application is, Elizabeth, what type of property is behind? Is that a green space, undeveloped area, or what?
So there's, I believe, 20 foot that's owned by the homeowner association. So it's just a green space, and then it goes into a fence, and then the homeowner association owns a little bit more behind that fence yet.
All right, so there are no houses behind your house.
No.
It is a green space.
Yes.
Okay. That means that your deck's going to be 17 feet from your back property line, but there again, with the green space in there, that looks, well, will be a nice little nature,
Yeah.
reserve for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Have you had a discussion with any of the adjacent property owners as to what they think of it?
Yes, we've talked to a couple, and there's actually a homeowner 2 doors down who's looking to do the same thing. You should see an application from him probably next month. He's going through the same process. And so our homes were the last homes built in this community. And so we're all kind of starting that deck process.
So basically, he wants to see whether or not your $300 is going to buy you the additional 1,700 or 17 feet.
Pretty much, yeah.
The guinea pig, okay. Question, on 384 and 390, those two homes have a fence. Do those go right to the property line, or do you know?
I do not know.
Are you going to be, let me ask it another way. Are you going to be beyond those fences?
No.
Okay.
Were there any other questions from the commissioners on this? All right,
Hey,
then.
did the homeowners association approve it?
Yes. I'm
Wow.
on the homeowner association.
You want to write a letter out for us, that you approved it.
That was being very honest.
I didn't vote for it. The other members did. I stepped back.
Oh, that's nice.
Very wise. So,
Yeah,
Right.
I've had heartache with those.
Yeah.
so any other questions, comments, or should we take it to a vote?
Take it to
I
a
have a
vote.
question, not about the residents, but that area. What quadrant does that area fit in? Is that part of quadrant 1 for commissioners?
I think it's mine and two.
Well, I drove past it today, and it's north of Orthopedic 1 up to Taylor Station, and it's
I see what you're saying, right. Right, so
It's-
basically, you got one
Well,
up
that's
here,
where-
and 2, 3. Goes, Tussing is 4. So this is probably quadrant 3.
that'd be ours, Jean?
Yeah.
I'm
Up
looking
in there?
here.
Let me look.
And I
The
got
zip code
my,
is 43 The zip code is 43213, so I was really interested to where it was located. but it seemed like it was east of Taylor Station, but north of Orthopedic 1. Probably as far as our district goes.
It looks like that's going to be,
It's north of Main Street, so that would be District 2.
It would have to be 2. I agree with
Yeah.
you, Gene. That's 2.
I thought when I looked at it, but
So it goes that far north, but what about as far as east? What are the quadrant numbers for 2 again?
East,
Retail.
We're going to butt up to Licking County and Reynoldsburg.
right.
That's where east is.
I was trying to pull up that map again really quick of the districts, but I won't be able to pull it up that quick.
I'm
I have
getting
the
into,
districts right here.
You did,
Yeah, I've got them. It's,
what housing development is that in, Elizabeth?
Waterford Park.
you want to know the district or
Oh,
the
yes, I
boundaries
was
for
over that way.
District 2?
Yeah, that's District 2 because I was over that way before Christmas because Jennifer and I were talking about it. And I said, okay, I have a friend who lives in the apartments just across from there. I'll drive over and see the name of it. And that's what that development is. It's Waterford. Yes, that's what I told Jennifer.
District 2.
District 2.
the boundary on 2 and 3 would be Main Street.
Yes.
Right.
And I think I know where Susan's going because we do need representatives for that area on the commission.
yes.
So that's something you might want to take back to your homeowners.
I mean, it's north of Broad Street.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
We
And
have
Elizabeth,
just a little bit of land just above Broad Street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so the boundaries for District 2, the north side is the city of Columbus city limits. The east the east boundary line is center line of the Outer Belt Street and the city of Columbus city limits. The south boundary is center line of East Main Street, and the west boundary is center line of the Big Walnut Creek.
So Lynn, I'm not sure if you would know, but is north of District 2, is that Gahanna? Is that their city limits?
Yes.
Right there on the,
It would be up around there.
Yep.
But
Okay,
it's a Columbus address because it's 43213.
yes.
But we are Gahanna schools. So we're like right in that.
Yeah, we have been looking for representation in that area for,
yeah.
How much is the vote worth to you is the question she's asking. Sorry, I had to say that.
But Elizabeth, I would invite you and some of the other folks in your homeowners association to tune into some of our meetings.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
And
mean,
I'm
I
looking-
do have to say this is my last year on the homeowner association. I've done 3 years. I've put my time in. I'm ready to let
Then
somebody else do
then
it.
you have nothing else to do.
Exactly. I don't have a 2-year-old or anything. It's fine.
So
Well,
feel
I-
free to join us and get other folks from your area to join us in our
I
Zoom meeting.
will.
Thank you.
My neighbor who is also looking to do a deck, he's a very vocal individual. I'll see if he wants to sit in as well.
Very good.
Can I have your number, Elizabeth? Because I'm your commissioner from that area, from what I understand. District 2 is mine. So, I
Yeah,
would love to work with you on this, stuff
Yeah.
out there.
absolutely.
do you,
If-
Elizabeth, do you want me to give your email to Keith?
Yeah,
that'd be
that's
perfect.
fine.
That way?
And my cell phone number is on the application too.
Oh,
Okay, sounds good.
I was gonna say, Keith, it's on the application.
Hold on, let me look at it.
Okay, if there's no further questions on the actual application, I would like to make a motion to approve BZA 20-124.
I'll
I'll second.
second.
Wait, who?
No, make no difference. Let Gene do it.
Okay, Chamberlain first, Tyree second.
Okay, making notes. Okay. Okay, we had a motion by Chair Commissioner Chamberlain to approve BZA 2014-124. Roll call. All commissioners who approve, yes. Those who disapprove, no. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
yours truly, yes. Commissioner Holmes
Yes.
and Commissioner Dudley.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, Larry, do you want to give us an introduction to BZA 20-132?
Okay. Basically what amounts to is for those that have remember going to the Pride Center. It's been a long time, I know, but by the tennis court, you had the Coil Plus building, which was a coil steel operation. They're out of business out of that location. Have again to allow them to build the kennel. So they're talking about allocation of the building, whatever else, but so are applying for in the parking lot outdoor kennel runs and kennels for the animal.
That's me.
Who's who?
Kent,
Hello.
I am.
Here will be enough.
who the presenter was for BZA 20-132?
I haven't seen anyone. I know Bill Miller was on earlier, but
Kent Miller?
yeah, I actually
Kent Miller's on right now.
Is Kent Miller representing Alshire Road? The application for 5677?
I don't see Kent Miller.
He's here.
Is he on phone?
No, he's, Kent, can you, do you want to speak up?
Maybe he's muted.
Yes.
No, he just unmuted himself.
Right.
Kent, are you there?
Yeah, I saw that about 6:10. He had logged into the meeting.
Trying to bring up the application now and see who.
I always say Kent Miller. I just saw a message come up on the screen. He said, "I'm from the fire department."
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then, Larry, I don't know if we have anybody.
I don't think we have one here to represent him, which is sort of unusual. I thought it was Jeff.
Yeah, I thought it was Jeff Brown as well.
The big question is, do we need them to represent? We can actually, do a vote based on the application itself. Because I think what they're trying to do is, they might be looking at the meeting on January the 17th for a staff meeting. Okay.
Are they planning, do you know if they're planning to go to BZA at some point this month, or is it in
January
February?
17th.
That's the staff report though, right?
But we basically had to be the staff meeting. I don't know exactly when they would be going to the BZA itself. You probably have the staff first,
Mhm.
okay? But in the email, as I remember reading it, Phil was referring to, or Jeff was referring to, oh, here we go. It's scheduled January 14th for staff review. All right,
Okay.
so after that 14th review, then what they'll turn around probably, Lynn, was it about the third Thursday that they have the
Mhm.
BZA meetings? Unmute. Lynn, unmute. There you
I'm
go.
just talking to myself. I could check my calendar. There's one coming up, and I could find out. Hold on a second.
Long about January 21st or 22nd.
I saw one. I'm going to have to find it. Give me a moment to find it.
Larry, here's the problem that I have with this. If after you read the application, we're all in agreement that it's okay, then I guess we don't have a problem with it. But if we were to rule in disfavor of it without a representative here, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
And what we would do is table it.
Yes. You're saying if there's something that we don't agree with, then we would
Right.
table it, correct?
Then we
Okay.
would table it.
Well, I don't agree. I don't agree presenting it without the presenter being here.
And if
Okay.
there's objections,
that's-
then what we're saying is
That would be
table
my
it.
objection, that the presenter's not here.
Then if that's what he's saying, I move to the table.
Well, review it. If we feel it's acceptable,
Well, Gene is already saying
Then,
that he's not
okay.
I
comfortable.
already said I'm going to object.
Yes,
Gene's already saying he's going to
I'd
object.
also like to hear somebody
Yes.
that's representing the idea.
correct.
That person will be able to answer our questions.
Right.
Yes.
And I would make a
Okay.
move for us to table this to,
I will make a move that we table BZA 20-132 until a representative is able to present that in front of us.
February 2nd. is
Chair
our-
and Vice Chair, Commissioner Holmes has already made the motion.
Oh.
He's already made the
Second.
motion, so we just need to get someone to come up with dates.
February 2nd is our next meeting. We could schedule it for then and ask Jeff to,
Right. It's not like,
unless, if he comes back to me, and says that they need to go before BZA sooner than that, I could call for a special meeting
Okay.
if we need to do
And
that.
January 14th is when the next Development Commission meets.
Oh, well, that's the day of the staff review, so it probably won't be the same then, would it?
All I heard is that there was something about Bryce Road at that, for that meeting. I don't know the specific.
Oh, Bryce Road might be the gas station.
Yeah, sheets.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, you're talking about the sheets.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay,
Is-
well, if there's already a motion on the table.
and I will second.
Moynihan, okay, seconds it. Say to table.
So we're gonna table it until when?
Well,
As of right now, February 2nd. Unless I hear back from Jeff Brown that he needs to get it to the Development Commission sooner. And if
Why
that's,
don't you take out the date? Because anything put on the table can be brought off the table by a vote of the commission. So, don't tie yourself into a date that way.
okay,
So we just want to table until we hear from the Attorney Jeff Brown.
yes.
Okay,
Daryl, do I need to make a new motion?
No,
Okay,
No. my motion was to table, nothing else. And she
Okay.
seconded.
and we had Moynihan second. Okay, let me get my sheet over here. Commissioners, we had a motion to table BZA 205-5677 until we hear from Attorney Jeff Brown. All who approve of the tabling, yes vote. Those who disapprove, no. Commissioner Chamberlain,
yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes,
and yours truly, yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Holmes and Commissioner Darling.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Really quick before we move on to the last zoning of the land bank. Elizabeth, you're welcome. Since you have a 2-year-old, if you wanted to leave the meeting, you're more than welcome to leave the meeting, but you're more than welcome to stay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I did not want to be rude, but I could hear her yelling downstairs. So I appreciate that.
Go to work.
Commissioner Dudley, I'll hear from you, I assume
Yes.
soon. Okay.
Yes. Have a good.
Have a good
Thanks.
evening.
You too.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay, proceeding, we have, to give everyone a little bit of background information, I was approached regarding the land at 1945 Woodcrest. And this property was in the land bank, the City of Columbus Land Bank. And I had no knowledge. We've never had a land bank property come before the commission before, and the prospective owner of the property needed to move pretty fast on this in order to get all of the financing through. So both myself and Lynne contacted the land bank manager with the city, and his suggestion was to give a preliminary approval by myself on behalf of the commission to get the ball rolling on the property. And so I gave that preliminary approval to the owner of the property. He was supposed to show up tonight and present drawings. He did end up sending the drawings to me, and I forwarded them on to the rest of the commissioners. A note of interest. So every land bank property, if it falls within a commission, it automatically goes to the commission. However, pretty much based upon our conversation, or not approved, they're typically pushed forward anyway, due to the nature of resale of the of that property and the I guess the investment into that neighborhood. And so even if we had said no, we would have pretty much been overruled, and it would have went through. He's not here tonight, and I don't think we have any, I don't think there's any recourse of that the commission would have, except for maybe asking him to appear again at our next commission meeting. But everything went through with this.
Well, basically, what happens is that what they're planning to build is a very similar, if not identical, to the adjacent structures, except in this case, they have the garage back behind the house.
Mhm.
But that's still consistent with that Pine Hills area.
Mm.
So why would we have objection to?
I wouldn't have objection to it, but the manager for the city of Columbus for the land bank did ask him to be present at our commission meeting to,
So he shot himself in the foot.
yes, but there's not, like I said, there's not, everything moved forward anyway, so there's not anything that can result from him, in a sense, not showing. The only question that I had for all of the commissioners was whether or not you wanted me to contact him to try and have him our next meeting. I can do
Jennifer, is
that.
this only one lot, 1945?
Yes,
That
Okay.
might be an opportunity if we're able to get him to come, to also get him a cell like we did Elizabeth. We do need folks active in the community there. I'm familiar with the block watch coordinator, familiar with the ex-president of their little association, and they just need a shot in the arm in order to get them to become more active. So this might be an opportunity, Jennifer, to encourage him to participate.
Yeah.
Jennifer, is this a speculative house where he's going to build it and try to sell it?
no.
He has to live in it because it's land bank.
Mhm. So if can I get a summer from you, Susan and Keith? Can I get approval to have to request him to attend the next meeting?
Yeah, I would like that individual to attend the next meeting. And my reason for being is like Larry said, is he gonna make this rental property, or is he gonna live in his house? Does he have to live in it 3 to 5 years? What is the reasoning? I mean, I see it a lot. It doesn't look like there's nothing there, but this area, I'm kind of familiar with it. It's one of those hit or miss things. But I would like the individual to be attendance so that there can be questions tabled for us to discuss it.
Okay.
And also in terms of the land bank, excuse me, I didn't raise my hand, the city has requirements, and I don't know if there's a 2 to 3 year requirement, and I need to check, or we need to check to see what constraints there are on him.
I agree, because there's nothing.
I would rather it come from the city than from him. So maybe I can follow up on that.
Lynn, do you remember what his name was? The land manager with the city of Columbus, was that Chuck? Do you remember?
I don't recall. We have so few land bank properties in our area.
I know.
It's a very rare situation to even get in contact with them.
I was just wondering if maybe if he would want to attend and give some
That-
information on the
That
program.
would be good too. And I can follow up on that.
Could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I understand what Jennifer was saying wholly. It's just the formality.
Mhm.
And I don't object to us bringing forth any type of approval. It's just that I see this as an opportunity to get another community member from Pine Hill, hopefully involved in community service.
So if that's the case, then it's only formality anyway, so it wouldn't matter if we waited to the next meeting, would it?
No, it already went through.
So we can-
I had to give them I had to sign off on it within, I think, 3 days. For it to go through. And the person from the city of Columbus told me to give a preliminary approval from the commission that at the time I didn't see anything that stood out that would be an unreasonable expectation on behalf of the commission.
I would just like to say it would be, I feel it's promoting our commission, and I'm not sure that people understand the role that we have. And if you ask them to attend, then that makes it a little more personable, and maybe that will get people involved more.
Okay.
I
I
agree.
agree.
Yeah, like I said,
Absolutely.
I don't object. I'm totally for it. I go along with everything with Jennifer giving the preliminary approval. I would give secondary approval. This, like I said, this would be an opportunity to just request to see if he would like to attend.
Okay.
I agree.
I'll reach back out. He was supposed to be here tonight, but I'll reach back out to him again and see if he could attend our next meeting.
Good.
Oh, we're batting 300. That's not bad in baseball.
I guess
Okay,
not.
Jennifer, are you going to bring this to a vote or what? Or just for formality voting approval or what?
Do we affirm your approval? Do we affirm what you've already said, Jennifer?
Or do we need to even say anything?
Right. I agree with Summer. Do we?
I don't think that we need to say anything. It already went through.
It's a done deal.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's gonna be impossible to talk to the individuals gonna be purchasing and building on the property. Pretty much.
You mean the land bank manager
Yeah.
or?
Well, the land bank whoever purchased this property.
Right, I will, I wrote through his name in my notes. Ram,
Aboomar.
Okay.
Rami
Okay.
Aboomar.
Yes, okay, I see it on, okay. Yes, I will contact him and see if I can encourage him to come to the next meeting. If that's okay then. Okay. Okay,
Yes,
before we
go,
move
do you want
on
me to put
to
something in the
our,
minutes pertaining to the land bank? If you do, I was thinking about something pre-approved by chair based on land bank administrator.
I would say land bank recommendations.
Okay, land bank recommendation.
That's what they referred me to do.
There you go. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, before we move on with the speakers, and we progress more through the agenda, just wanted to let the community know that when it is appropriate, we will ask if there's any input from everyone on the screen as it relates to the item that we're discussing in the agenda. And then each person, if they want to speak, will need to raise their hand at that time. And then we will unmute the person and they will be given 2 minutes to speak as recognized by the chair per that agenda item. And the Far East Area Commissioners will only allow discussions, comments that pertain directly to that item, topic, and area commission business at the time. So any speakers that we have, if you are on the agenda ahead of time, we have 5 minutes for each speaker. I know that Jason Jenkins won't be here tonight. I apologize for that. He intends to have somebody speak on his behalf at one of our future meetings. I don't know if it will be February or March, but he said he will be coordinating that with myself and with Lynne. So as soon as we hear from him, I'll put that on that future agenda, but for right now, he won't be speaking tonight. And then I had Lieutenant Carlisle with the CFD, who wanted to, this is on behalf of, we did an outreach program at the end of November, and we delivered cookies and wreaths and Christmas cards to first responders in the Far East Area Commission. So we hit fire stations, police stations, a hospital, urgent cares, VFW posts, we did Ruby's house, so a couple that worked at the Pride Center. So from that, Lieutenant Carlisle reached out from on Wagner Road at Fire Station 35 and was requesting to be at a meeting and maybe talk about some fire issues. I know that I let him know that at this time of year, one of the greatest issues that we have is residents using their outdoor grills indoor or at least in their garages. And we've had quite a few fires that have resulted from this that were pretty catastrophic. The whole houses were, and some of the adjoining houses were pretty damaged. So Kent, I don't know if you're able to speak or not. If you are here to speak on Lieutenant Carlisle's behalf.
Yeah, it indicates that his mic wasn't working.
I don't know if it's
He's
still not
unmuted.
working or. Okay, it's still not working.
Okay.
Okay. I will, if that's okay, I will go ahead and see if I could reschedule, put this on the agenda for next month. And Kent Miller. Okay. He said he will try and have it fixed for February. That sounds great. So if none of the commissioners have any objections, we will try again in February.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
All right. With that, we
Yeah,
have
we sent the
Commissioner
first quarter
Holmes,
out
treasurer
to the
update.
city. Bottom line is that at this point, we have $3,373.33 available to us to spend. And I think we used our money well. But that's where we are at this point. But that was signed by me and also by Jennifer and sent to the city.
Now, Daryl,
Yes.
a question. Is that amount after the items that we agreed to give towards? So in other words, we had $333
That-
or $335.
That includes the $300.
The $335 that goes towards the one seminar?
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to look and
Okay,
make
and
sure and talk
then-
to you about that.
Okay. And then we agreed to a shred it day as well. I can't remember how much. Is that included in there too?
No, we haven't written a check. That's the only thing those are only expenditure amounts that they got.
Okay.
Okay, only expenditures. That's the only thing that went on the report.
Right, but I was wondering if we had an amount of where we are once, I don't know how to put
I
this.
can give you the amounts of the available items in the budget items. Is that what you need?
I just want to know, we committed to a couple of things, another Shred It Day and that seminar. So beyond those two things, what amount of money do we have left after those two things?
I don't know what the exact amounts were. I'll have to get back to commission and send them a note.
Okay, because that will determine how much money that we have looking forward at maybe postcards.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
It'd
you.
be 3,373.33 minus whatever.
Quay, can you unmute yourself real quick? If you're there.
I'm here.
Quay, how much did we agree to spend on the Shred It Day? Do you remember?
No. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I love her.
I do have that amount that we agreed to donate in the minutes.
Okay.
We could go back to the minutes and come up with whatever the dollar amount is.
Do you know what it is off the top of your head?
No.
Okay. 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 Well, everybody, this is Quay Barnes. She's chair of the MAC. So thank you for being here tonight. Okay. So I would say that we have roughly like $2,000 left. But Daryl, if you can confirm that maybe this upcoming week and get that figure to myself and to.
Sure. I need the figures, but yeah, I'll get it to you. I'll talk to you.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll try to, I'll locate those minutes with the figures in it and send it
That'd
to
be helpful.
you.
Thank you, Gene.
Okay,
He's a good man.
thank you.
Do the best. All right. Technology update. Summer.
Okay, I have several things. So for the budget, our Zoom account is going to renew on April 27th for 1 year and for the amount of $149.90.
Hold on, Summer. Daryl, can you add that amount as well?
Yep, I just wrote down.
Okay, go ahead.
And I sent a copy of the renewal invoice and the details over to you, Daryl, just a short while before the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Website's been updated to reflect the meeting dates for 2021, and those meetings have been set up in Zoom as well. Am I frozen? Can you guys hear me?
Summer, can you
Hello?
repeat yourself?
Yep. I had a feeling I was frozen, so I stopped talking.
Okay.
Our website has been
Whoever has a
updated.
dog, can you mute?
Okay. Website's been updated to reflect meeting dates for 2021, and the meetings have been set up in Zoom. Information to access those meetings can always be found on the Area Commission's website homepage at fareastac.org. If anyone is still having any problems getting into or connecting your email account, let me know. We'd like to have everyone switched over to the Area Commission emails by our February meeting. Please check your bios on the website and let me know if anything needs updated. Did you have a question, Susan?
I just want to know, are you going to send us a trial? I thought I did this when you were earlier, when we first got it set up, but I don't know if my email will go from the Far East account to my Yahoo account.
Okay,
Are
so
you going to send us a trial thing?
you had actually written me back, correct, asking me to respond. I did respond.
Mhm.
Did you get that?
Oh, I didn't. No. Did you do
Okay.
it today?
No, I did it right after you sent me the message asking me to send you a test. Okay,
I
we'll
didn't get
work.
that.
We'll work on getting that connected.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
No problem. And then if everybody can check your bios on the website, let me know if anything needs updated. We'll go ahead and get that in. And that brings us to postcards. We had talked about postcards, I think it was the November meeting. I have been working on various combinations through companies recommended by the post office, through Vistaprint, and another company recommended to me by another community leader. Everything's going to boil down to what options we want and the budget. So there's all kinds of language that's involved, different terms, and essentially in going through each option, I found that the most accurate and easiest way is going to be, oh, is everybody frozen again? Am I frozen again? Can you hear me?
You're okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So the best option is going to be to go through the post office's to Every Door Direct, and you can narrow it down by neighborhood, by the route. You can also narrow it down by demographics, the age, income, size of home. So based on the options, I think it's going to be best for us to use the route for the post office. Our biggest challenge with it is going to be that some routes within our area commission boundaries have one or two streets that spill over either into Reynoldsburg, Gahanna, or into another area commission's boundaries. So we also run into the problem that we can only select up to 5,000 households at a time. However, based on the rates that we're looking at, I don't think we're going to spend the money for 5,000. So I need to know what everybody.
Wait, Summer.
Yeah.
By that comment, do you mean that it's going to be way too far expensive
So
to hit 5,000, or that?
that's going to be totally unreasonable, unfortunately.
Okay.
So that's where I kind of need to know what we want our budget to be, because that's going to tell me which route is going to be best for us. Each company has their own standard as to what size postcard to use, the options in which you can use to send it out. It's super tricky. And each of them has, like, we might save money with one company by doing it one way, but save money in a different company by doing it a different way. So with a budget, I can put together what our options are working within that budget, and then present to everyone, okay, this is, with this amount of money, this is what we will be able to do with it. My screen was frozen again.
Okay.
Here, if I could do
Cheryl, when
this,
you get that figure, can you get it over to Summer then?
let me do this. I will share this. I started putting this together. Can everybody see this? Okay.
Yes.
I started putting this together to give everyone an idea, but there were so many different options. With just about every one of them, we can make our own design, but we can't make our own design until we know what our budget is and we know which company is going to be the best, because we won't know what the size is since it differs with each company. And then, let's see if I can scroll down. So I stopped entering everything in here because it was so intricate. My notes are like 3 pages long. And I want to go back in and I want to make sure with each company, there's certain companies already, I'm going to say they're completely out. It's unrealistic. But we might be able to get around 2,000 to 2,500 postcards for around $1,000.
Two
So-
thousand postcards for about $1,000.
Yes. And that's where I'm going to recommend that, because we had talked about, you know, possibly doing postcards in different areas at different times. And this might be something where I was thinking we need to identify which districts are we struggling to connect to the most? And do we want to focus on those districts as the areas we're going to target? To help us kind of narrow down that location. To give an idea, I went through on the post office website through that program, and I selected all of the routes for that. So the post office is broken up into different districts themselves. So I had to separate the districts within our districts. And for 43232, which is going to be District 3, we are looking at 3,468 houses. That is, if we, and this is where I want to compare the prices as well, the cost of us printing the postcards and going through the process of mailing them separately ourselves, just mailing the 3,468 is $662. If we now, and that's where some companies, depending on the amount of postcards that you want to send, you might save money and they include shipping. So it's really going to be what I can finagle with each individual company and each individual option to be able to share with everybody. It's definitely a lot more intricate than any of us thought. Did that make sense?
It
That's a lot
does.
of work.
Now I know why other commissions are really struggling with this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's she's correct from everything I've experienced with stuff like this. Your cheapest way, honestly, is to be able to produce it yourself and then pay the postage. But that's going to take a lot of people doing that.
Wow.
Honestly, it won't take very many people. All we have to do is design the postcard, have it shipped to us, and then I create the map and select the routes that we want to hit. And then I order it and take it to the post office and they run everything through.
They address it then.
Yes.
Wonderful.
It sounds
Well,
like something.
let me ask a stupid question here. Why couldn't we design our postcard and then run it on tagboard through a copier?
So the post office has, to make it more complicated, the post office has like specific requirements for any mailers that are going to go through the post office. And that's where it's a little tricky. We need a special printer, special paper, and the amount that we would be putting through, it's more cost effective to order it through a company.
Are there any local companies that would be willing to donate printing to us or paper and printing or anything like that in our area?
Because it's an advertising thing and it's not necessarily like a nonprofit, you know, like National Night Out kind of stuff, we're going to have a hard time finding somebody who's willing to donate that because technically we are an entity of the city.
Okay, so could we then use the city's bulk mail permit, Lynn?
What?
You know what? I would say once neighborhood hear about that, they can say, wait a minute, you guys, you have a budget.
That's true. That's
I-
true.
I do think that my mind is running when I'm hearing all this because
I know.
there is going to be a meeting on branding, training on branding.
Mhm.
I do think that there are good ideas here, and there may be an opportunity also at this training to ask these questions and see what answers you get. Because I don't know who this trainer is, but there's someone who is very well versed in branding.
Okay,
I am already
So-
signed up for that training.
Okay, and city people will be there, Department of Neighborhoods people will be there, and that's a good question to ask them at that time also.
Lynn, yeah, and Lynn, I made six jumps at once. And I asked the question, so let me back up and just say, try to lay that out. If we can use the city's bulk permit, all right, that means we get an awful good rate. And we wouldn't have to worry about a postcard. We could even send a letter.
I mean, I could ask about that.
That's what churches do all the time.
Okay.
And what I can do as well.
We could print out the letters ourselves. We could print out 1 million letters.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, why are all the commissions like hung up on the postcard thing?
Maybe they didn't know what to ask.
Well, and we still don't know if we
Has
can use
anyone-
it.
Has anyone else been asking whether or not they could use this, Lynn?
I haven't heard of anything. Years ago, I did remember the whole bulk permit piece, and I don't recall in what context, but I could follow up on that.
Quay, can you not tell anybody else?
I'm still, honestly, guys, remember, I've been in commission less than a year, a little over a year. I don't know what you're talking about. What are these postcards?
All the commissions that are at meetings or trainings, they're all talking about trying to get the word, because no one knows anything about commissions. Everybody comes to our meetings and they say, we don't know what a commission is. We don't know what a commission does.
Okay.
And we have such a small little budget to be able to do anything
Mhm.
that the idea was floated around. Somebody suggested, well, can we send out postcards to the community?
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
And then it kind of like, okay, well, how much money is that going to cost? And
What's
is it even
involved?
feasible for the areas that we have? We have one of the largest commissions
Mhm.
as far as square footage in the city.
Yeah.
So that's where that all came about, Quay.
Oh, okay. Well, now remember, we're structured a little differently. We're neighborhoods. So
Right.
each of our commissioner comes from a neighborhood and they take that information back. So we don't have to do the postcards.
Yeah.
But I could see that would be a hassle.
I
to
mean,
do.
especially our area, a lot of our areas, so I hate this word, rural.
Rural, yeah.
Yeah.
That it's hard. It's not like that we can walk door to door. So
No, you can't.
And we actually have an amazing communication system compared to several other area commissions. But still, we have those areas that we're struggling to get to individuals, and you're not sure if it's, because they're not on social media, they're not on the internet. they're new to the area, whatever the case might be.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
like in Creekstone, they had no idea what a area commission was,
Mhm.
when I was going around getting signatures or whatever. So we need to do some publicity.
Well, a lot of the block watches have all dropped off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's been a major, major problem because that was a big source of
Communication.
getting information out to the community was through the block watches. And I mean, I, even though Creekstone wasn't my neighborhood, I hit, myself and Bruce Black I think we hit every single house in Creekstone at one time, every single house in the whole community of Creekstone. But
The
Yes.
other option would be, maybe switch angles, like Tuesday Block Watch got a grant to do door hangers. Maybe we switch angles but it would
No, they're-
require a lot of legwork that we
there's no
don't have.
way. No, that, I don't see that is,
You don't want to walk
I-
50,000 houses?
No.
not in the middle of winter time, not with COVID, no way.
So
You
we're
said
back to
that
the
we lost
postcards
all
and
our
mailing.
Well, Summer, she presented a lot of good options
Oh, I agree.
with all the, and Daryl has some good points also. I think maybe we should just look at just 3 of those options and then start going forward.
When is that branding training, Lynn?
It's January 16th.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think I've sent it to everyone, and you have to, I think the 13th is the deadline to register.
I think I've registered for that.
Okay, so, and I know Jean's going to send it out again. So
Who's gonna send it out again?
is everyone on Gov delivery? Is everyone receiving trainings? Susan, you're receiving trainings,
I
aren't you?
get the ones for the monthly meetings.
For the trainings, right?
Yeah, for the commissioner
Okay, so
training.
you're receiving it. I just want to make sure
Oh, yeah.
everyone is on that.
Well, neighborhood sends it out to everybody, all the commissioners, or
Yes,
whoever's
okay.
on their distribution
Yeah.
list for training.
I thought you
And-
were resending it because something was wrong with the link.
No, well,
It was.
that found the glitch, but
Oh.
I always send them. Oh, you found it,
I
Daryl?
found and sent her a letter.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
I
Okay,
did too.
Daryl found the glitch. And so what I like to do is I just try to get as many of my commissioners on as possible. And I just think this is a great opportunity, especially as this commission is talking about brand.
Mhm. I was excited about this one.
Yep.
So I was going
It
to say,
seems like it'd be wonderful if we had somebody from the dispatch that had in their regular monthly, weekly thing to have some information about the commissions and their metro pages.
we can pay to do that.
We did that for summer. We did that
Yeah.
for our Far East task force. In order to start the commission, we had to advertise it in the newspaper at the time. But it was such a small,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
itty
if anybody
bitty.
reads
It's
Does anybody
not
read
just,
the
it's not
newspaper?
just our commission that's struggling with the membership. It's all the commissioners,
I
all the
know.
Yeah.
commissions. And a lot of folks today, they're just giving up.
Yeah.
I worked with Pioneer for quite some time, and I saw their membership, their interest just dwindle, just continue to dwindle until they just have a couple folks now that's trying to advocate community efforts. And
Yes.
same thing's going on with my community, community of Yorkshire. We have a core group of folks, and that core group has been there ever since I started working with them.
So in regards to the postcards, we'll check to see if we can use the cities. You said it was the city's bulk. What was it, Daryl?
I'm assuming they have a bulk permit.
Yeah,
Permit.
there is one. I remember a long time ago.
Okay.
Because I think And
So Lynn, you're going to research to see if our commission can use it?
I will check on that.
Thank you.
And then I will see what they have to say about the, oh, I just blanked on the word, for the January 16th meeting.
Branding?
Thank you, branding. So I'm excited to see what they say at that training and what we can bring back and use for ours.
Yeah.
But in regards to the postcards, if we are, we don't have the ability to do the city's bulk permit, we really do need to come up with a budget before we know which direction
I
we
agree.
can take.
And some of you might want to go on the United States Post Office website and look at what is required of bulk for bulk permit. You go be
Yes,
surprised.
I've done that. I've done that.
Okay, all right.
How much, just a side note, if the city has a bulk permit, how much is it to get a bulk permit? Can we buy the bulk permit? Or is it like astronomical?
So you can buy a mailing list, which is, let me see here.
Can I add something real quick? What I'm thinking about it is Frankie. The city may use certain printers in the city as well, and they may give city related.
We're not allowed to use the city's printers anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to keep their budgets down as it relates to the use of ink and the whole maintenance piece on printers.
I'm sorry, I'm using the word printers as in companies that print. I don't know who does the city's printing, if they have their own in-house printing facility or if they go outside into different folks in our city.
They have their own. They have their own printing. They do.
Okay. So
They have
Ohio State also has our own, but a lot of times we will still go outside because of schedules and workload and all of that. So there may be some places that the city also uses when their own facilities can't accommodate, and they may also give discounts perhaps to city related print jobs.
Mhm.
So
I could ask about that. Outsourcing printing, city printing, and any breaks that cost breaks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then let's move, if we can, let's move forward, and Jean's gonna get to Daryl the numbers that we've already committed to with the various projects for this year. And that'll give us a remaining budget for the commission. And then with that number, then we could really kind of take a look at how much of it do we want to spend on this? And it may be something, and when I originally pitched this, it may be something right off the top of my head, I was thinking like either $500 or $1,000, and then having it go to the most needed areas that in the commission right now at this point. And then maybe that's, Jean,
Yes.
we forgot to ask if we could use the money from the signs.
Yeah, we have $1,000.
Yeah. Remember, because our signs like that
Yeah.
we wanted to put up in the city, that's gone nowhere for 3 years. Did you hear
Right.
back from
Remember the last meeting, I was holding off until Lynn checked with who's the guy who took over Jordan place?
Charles Newman is checking for both Greater Southeast and Far East. And
Okay.
and
And once I hear back from him, then I can go forward and ask Toya if
Okay.
we can use the $1,000 for another project if we're not able to use it.
Okay.
For signs.
I will get an update tomorrow from him.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Because that, I mean, that right there, I mean, that's money that we've just been sitting on because our signs are going nowhere.
Yeah. And depending, depending on what we want to do, we just need to reconfigure the budget. That's the issue.
Okay.
And approve that reconfiguration.
I mean, but obviously we won't be able to hit the whole commission area.
No.
Right.
But maybe it's something that year after year, we just like whittle away at,
And that's where I was saying, if we identify the areas that we, there's this gap that we haven't been able to reach, that maybe we can start there. And then kind of work our way into different areas as funding allows.
It'd be nice if we could see the results of our mailing. I mean, if we're targeting in an area, how will we know that the targeting has worked?
Whomever shows up at the meetings.
Well,
Oh,
and
is that what we're doing? That's fine.
That's
We
the
are-
only way you can maybe find out.
well, we're going to direct people also to our website. So we can track, the usage of the website
From the-
to see,
Yeah, we can.
and we can also, we can add into our contact forms, how did you hear about us?
Oh, that's a good idea.
In fact, I can do
And-
that, now, add it into the contact forms.
Wonderful. Oh,
All
And-
great questions. I can't wait to hear you ask those questions at the training.
They don't know what they're in for.
No. Wait. Do not, until we get an answer back,
You don't want to show your hand.
No.
I know.
No,
do not. And
No, no.
I mean, because if the city says we're only gonna, if it's only one or two or maybe three commissions talking about like the Far East, the Greater Southeast, and Quay, if you don't need to do it for the MAC, then that's cool. But if it's like us and the Greater Southeast that can get away with the bulk permit thing and not like the whole entire city, if we approach them first, we might get it.
That's true. And by the way,
And
I
I
just
want to
looked it up.
announce it to everybody and have everybody all the city say, "Oh, no way."
I don't know if we can buy one, but if we could, it's $240 for a bulk permit a year.
What is it?
Okay.
$240 for bulk permit per year.
Okay.
Oh,
And then
That ain't bad.
what can we do with that?
You can mail at bulk rates.
Oh,
And I have to look up what the bulk rate is. That gives you permission, that gives you the privilege of mailing.
Okay.
But hey, churches do this all the time.
so it take it down from like 50 cents right now to what? Like, do you have any idea what it is? 10 cents? Or I don't know.
So
We'd have to run the numbers and see.
when I was looking at the different cost setups, it depended on what our options were, but you're talking about the bulk rate. And I think that's how these companies do what they do. The difference would be I don't know. Let me look at the numbers again, see how I can finagle everything. I will definitely take the bulk permit into consideration and compare it to what the cost of what the other companies are offering to see if we can save anything in there. And if we can, then yeah, it's something we can look at. But we still also want to come up with what we want our budget to be for the mailing
Right.
total.
Agreed.
Because whatever we do end up doing, it's going to come out of that. If we do purchase a bulk permit, then that's $240 out of our total budget. And then we're still paying for shipping. So that's, we'll have to compare it a little bit more.
Maybe the workshop's already got our answers for us. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, Possibly.
And this is the only year really that we'll have this kind of funding. And that's just because all of the conferences fell through this year. So,
Yeah.
and we have that little bit of extra cushion money from that. But otherwise, we're back to our regular old budget every year.
And that's where purchasing a bulk rate is something that we're going to have to renew each year as well.
You know, there's other changes in that too. You know, let's see what we can come up with and do a committee, you know, maybe we can do an ad hoc committee meeting.
Yeah.
And work.
That sounds great.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Are we going to have to return any of this money? You know, usually at the end of a budget year?
I
Yeah.
believe that there's $300 that is kind of kept in there as a cushion. But I adamantly, I will be very disappointed if any of my commissions did not spend all the money they could spend. I mean, they're not giving you that much in the beginning.
That's right.
I like the idea of you planning on how you're going to spend the money before you hit the last day or so. So get it all out. Get it all out.
But yes, essentially, Quay, that if we don't use the money, we do lose the money.
Yeah, we had $343 Quay and some odd cents. And all of a sudden they took out the $43 and some odd cents out of the checking account without even asking and left us 300.
Oh, thank you.
And there's a deadline.
There's a deadline. They'll just pull it. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
But don't they just allow you the $300 carryover and that's it?
Yeah.
So
So that is it.
okay, I'm spending money. too.
And they don't want to carry over because if you don't spend the money, some people may amass a lot of money and not have spent any. So they want to make you spend it and plan for what you want each year.
no personal computers, Clay.
I know.
Yes, we're not allowed to own property.
Lynn, do we have any kind of an update on I think the MAC requested it as well as we did. There was that technology grant or whatever it was with the
You're
city
talking
that,
about, are you talking about city council?
Yes.
Yes.
sure.
Okay, and that's strictly city council, and I could get in touch with our representative on that, because for an update.
Is something going on with Stanley?
I don't know.
I haven't seen
Haven't
him.
heard
I
from
haven't
him.
heard from him. He's not
Mhm.
responding to emails. I didn't know.
Oh, no.
He may be pushed in different directions, but I will get in touch with Stanley.
Okay. Just
For
tell him that the whole
On the
party is
technology grant.
concerned about him.
Yeah, I'll tell him that you're.
Okay. Okay, so Summer will keep moving with this whole thing. Lynn, any other updates?
Jennifer, I think Frankie had another question.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just had another question. To Susan's point about tracking, once we get this whole thing rolling, really
Mhm.
trying to track how successful the postcards have been. Is there a way we could set up? Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to monitor, like just people going onto a website or whatever. Is there any kind of feature, something we could set up where they would have to, register or put their information in with emails or something like that, so we can really drive that traffic somewhere to really monitor it? I don't really know what that page would, what it would do or what it would, but somehow where specifically, if they're taking a very specific action, we know it's coming directly from these postcards versus just going to a page and assuming the new traffic is from the cards or what have you.
Well, no, we could do something like a QR code, but then you're having to pay for that. That's an additional fee. Honestly, the biggest way is going to be if they sign up for updates, that we would be
Okay.
able to, in that contact form where they're requesting to be on our mailing list, is where
Okay.
we would say, select how you heard about us.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Either
And
that, or
again-
either that, or if they gave their address or zip code, if that zip code was from the mailing area, we would probably have a pretty good idea that it was probably from the postcards.
Without them specifying, though, that I specifically found out about this
Right.
from your postcard, there's really
Right.
not, and it is estimated that there's, so social media is the biggest thing. You can reach like 43% of your audience through social media.
Right.
The papers anymore are about 3%. Mailings are about 15%. So it increases. We're already on the social media. We have a website and everything. We're adding an additional 15% already on top of that 40-some% that we're being able to reach out to. So, I mean, that's a positive.
Okay, thanks.
And
Okay.
Frankie, I think at our last area commission meeting training, I think I had mentioned something about, couldn't the city do a mass, like, I don't know if it was like a billboard or a like little spot on like a television thing, where they just like announce about area commissions in general, just to get
Right.
the word out.
You know
I
what
think a
would be
couple
cool?
Commissioners said, "Oh, that would be cool." Yeah.
You know what would be cool though, is if we could get the city, somehow trick the city into sending out their own postcards advising all residents about their new site, Find Your Area Commission.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's no way that they would. do
Well, like I
that.
said, we'd have to trick them into it.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine how many mailings that would be?
That's why I said we have them do it.
I know. I think that's a fat chance there.
I know, wishful thinking. Okay. I'm done with postcards unless, technology, if anybody has any other questions.
Thank you, Summer.
You're welcome.
you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions about the technology update?
I mean, I got a question just out of curiosity. How many next door, whatever you call them, units are in our area?
We
Like,
don't
who's
know.
it?
We
Okay,
don't know.
that could be another area we could use.
They were supposed to, from the last training meeting, they're supposed to give us an update about next door, and haven't heard anything about that either.
Okay,
Yeah, because as of right now, each individual can only tap into their communities next door.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Lynn, do you have any community updates?
Just real quick, I've given Gene a few handouts that he can send. I think you got about 3 or 4 of them, Gene. So I won't.
Yes.
One was has to do with the police zones. Susan, the notice walls for Walnut Hill Park. If you want to get a meeting together with Noel Okala from ODOT about those. We still have a lot of time left, but just want to get on it as soon as we can, nevertheless.
Could you just make his, could you make his address in the chat box, please?
Okay, I didn't think I could get in the chat box. Okay.
I can give you access, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. I'll get it to you.
Are those the barriers on 70? Are those barriers that?
Yeah, 7,
on
yeah.
70?
You have access, Lynn.
Oh, okay. And Summer, thank you for getting the contact information. And I'm looking for all my commissions, any contact information updates. I know if there's anything new, phone number, I know there's going to be a lot of new emails. I need to get those to the appropriate people. And I'll be contacting you, Summer, on that.
Awesome.
You talked about the budget. I think that's great. And I've got the other information that you want me to send out, and I've talked enough today. Okay.
Lynn, do you want to give everybody an update on your project of getting the gift cards out Christmas?
Oh, we had a church, new fellowship that provided us about 30 $50 gift cards. And I went to a few commissioners to see if they knew of anyone that needed them, and we got those all out. And we had a few people who made donations to specific families. We had police involved with helping get things to families, because we didn't have the toy drive this year. So we kind of cobbled things together and did serve a number of people nevertheless. And our social workers were really good. And I think it'd be good for you to have our social worker from our area to maybe speak to your commission to talk about what she's doing also, Rhonda Pate. And they were very helpful in getting things out for resource. My phone was busy all the time, people calling in for resources.
Thank you, Lynn.
Okay. Larry, I just received notice today. They changed the zoning or the numbers of it, or the preface of the zoning from BZA to just a regular, or no, I think it was a CV, and they changed it to a BZA. Did you get that one for today?
On which?
Trying to look through real quick for it now.
Stevie's council variance.
I thought it was
That would-
019, or here it is. From Timothy Dietrich, Z20-109. It was sent out as CV20-109, 5940 Chantry Drive.
That's the bar, isn't it? 594? No, that was 6,000.
5940.
Yeah, that's the bar, remember? They want a variance for the parking lot.
Oh, so that's not coming before us again then?
Um,
I didn't understand
Action,
the
did we?
email.
yes, I'll tell you which one it was. All right.
Oh, we approved it, and they were supposed to make some changes with the parking lot or some trees. Because
Right.
Jennifer was concerned about, I think she said trees.
It just says attached is a rezoning application Z20-109 for review. Also included are the standardized recommendation form and the label documents. If you require a hard copy of the application or label document, let me know. So do we need to send that back out again for next month?
First off, we don't know what's in it.
Okay.
So we gotta compare, what they're doing. Are they just simply changing the code on it? Or what? All right, I'm trying to pull it up now.
If you could find out more about it, so I know whether or not to put it on the agenda for next month.
We had 6065 Channing Way.
5940.
I have to look and see if we even have it.
Because he said, just as an FYI, the subject of the email is incorrect. This is a rezoning request.
That
Jennifer,
was 6065 Channing Way, I do believe was the bar.
So this is something different.
Yeah, that is that bar. I thought we had talked about having that bar. They have a parking lot back there. There's
Right.
established trees and bushes also back there, some
but
greenage.
there's also about 3 other bars over in there. One's on Channing Way Circle, one is others on Channing Way.
Only
but
two,
it's
because they
behind-
shut one down because of the murders.
Right, and then opposite of that, there are 2 others. One is a strip joint and one is a bar, and they also have an address of Channing Way. They were behind the convenience store.
Well,
This
those are
one is-
closed
So I don't
down now. Both of those are closed in back of there.
They are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I drove by there about a week or 2 ago, and it's like desolate, bare land.
Well, it's always looked that way.
So
This is Chantry Drive.
Chantry isn't Chantry. This is Channing Way.
No, but the one I'm referring to is 5940 Chantry Drive.
Yeah,
That's
that's
on-
in
Chantry, that's
District
different.
4. That's in
That's another
District
road.
4.
All right, Chantry is different.
Yes. That's where I used to turn to go down to the Sports Authority and all the other bar.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm over there now.
yeah, I remember that. Just give me a minute.
So, okay. I
that
just
was
wanted to
the
make
new
sure
one
this
that just got approved. I want to say it was called D&B or something to that, 2 initials.
That
Yeah.
DNS, that's on Channing Way.
Yeah, we had talked about
It's not-
the trees.
That's not the one you're talking about. This is
Oh.
on Channing.
This is on Chantry.
Oh, this was, oh man, this was the building where the Mexican restaurant had opened up. I cannot remember the name. Wonderful people, but unfortunately,
They didn't have a
just-
liquor license.
Yeah, they didn't have a liquor license, and so they couldn't sustain the business.
Summer, is that over by Applebee's?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
yeah.
I'm
So
not
what is the
coming up
permit
with
for?
anything.
I don't know. I was really confused because it looks like it changed from a council variance to just a regular rezoning.
Rezoning to what?
I don't know.
That would be my concern.
You, is this
I'm
something
not-
that
Some
Larry?
reason, I'm not picking anything up on that.
Or should I?
What was that,
All
Lynn?
right, well, if it just came through this morning at 9:55. If you don't have it, I'll send you a copy of the email. If you could follow up
have
on
it.
that and see if it's an existing one or a new one. So that way I know whether or not to put it on the agenda for next month.
Yeah, I'll pull that up.
Okay. Do you have anything else besides that, if that's a new one?
You're talking about for the zoning update?
Yeah.
I'm out of postcards and I need the labels.
How many do you need, Larry? I have about, right here, I have a few. How many do you need?
Generally speaking, between 1 and 200.
Oh, okay. I took the last ones of the city, and I know they have to reorder, because I know that you always, I need to replenish your stock.
Yeah,
I
because see,
can give
as
you
an
what I
example, think
have.
for Jeff Brown, all right, where we had to redo it because of the house or whatever else. That's like 30 labels right there.
Okay,
Right, and 30 cards. Well, you see how fast 30 here, 20 there.
Yeah.
Let's go out fast.
yeah.
So
Okay.
then you're going to get Larry the label.
I'll give you what I have. As I said before, I took them all and they have to reorder and I have to check to see if they have a reorder.
Okay. I
And we
probably
said
have
they
about
reordered-
40 left. So,
So, but
depends
I'll
what we-
give you what I have.
Okay. And Gene, you were saying something about the labels?
Yes, who reorders? Larry, do you reorder or does Jen or does Lynn? How does that work?
On what? On the labels?
You just pick
Yes.
them up, don't you? And
Basically, what happened, the applications are supposed to have set up for the ACL labeling.
Okay.
All right. And which is like the columns, you know, that's a standard. And so, and you have about
This is all I have.
22, 24, whatever to a page. And so by the time I run through like 2 pages for like, some of these things, yeah, that's per application. You got at least 1 page per application.
are we picking those up at like Home Depot or not Home Depot, like Office Max or something? Staples? Can you
Yeah.
just pick up a pack and the commission can reimburse you and Daryl can cut you a check?
Yeah, I can do that, right. I also try and get these last labels out. I had to spend $100 on ink.
Yeah, I probably
Which
need
that's a
to.
different situation because that's not compensatable. So,
Now,
Okay.
that was that a change that we can get cartridges?
Yeah,
You
We
can
can
get
now.
cartridges.
yeah,
we can or
Yeah.
cannot.
We
we
can.
can.
When did you
Can?
buy
Yeah.
them?
Pardon?
When did you buy them?
Trying to get this last batch out.
Did you save the receipt?
I doubt seriously if I saved the receipt.
Maybe you
Well,
can go back
okay.
depending on where you bought them from and
Well,
get
yeah,
it.
I don't think they sent it. They might have sent it to me by email, but that's all right. Because I got personal things in there too.
Okay.
So
Woodcrest,
that's basic all for the zoning at this point. I want to say something to Quay.
She's gone.
She's gone. That's a shame.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is sliding into new business, but Lynn, for like the driving park, the Tuskegee Airman Program, that's the
Mhm.
one I actually set Robert Stewart has set up with. Okay.
Yes.
I have at least one neighbor that is extremely interested in that program. Is it still going on? Is it going in under the Buckeye aeronautics or whatever else program? Okay.
Yeah, are you asking if if it's still going? Did you want me to
If
find?
it's still going on, somebody will we can contact. Okay. This is Lynn, you know about the program. This is an excellent program for the teens that will be interested in aviation. And Braylon, my neighbor, like a couple doors down, his father's extremely interested in getting him in there before Braylon gets into the school where, hey, you're going to lose him to the adverse influences there. And
I'll look into it, Larry.
I would appreciate that. Okay. And
Okay,
that,
then along with,
if anyone else knows anyone that would be interested in getting the kids into that program, it's an excellent program.
okay.
That's it.
Okay, moving, does anyone have any questions in regards to zoning? Okay. Then moving on to committee appointments. So I have, as of right now, we have 4 committees that are current: transportation, health and wellness, communication and outreach, and planning and development. And at this point, we have under transportation, I have back from December, the chairs being Daryl Holmes. Daryl, do you still want to be chair of the transportation committee?
Sure.
Okay. Health and wellness, I have chair as being Jean Tyree. Jean, do you still want to be chair?
Yes.
Okay. Communication and outreach, I have the chair being Summer Moynihan. Summer, do you still want to be chair?
Yes.
Planning and development, I have the chair being Keith Dodley. Mr. Dodley, do you want to be chair? Okay,
Yes.
coolness. All right, so with that, I am appointing Frankie to be on the communication and outreach committee with Summer. And with that, possibly as a subset, would like to look into, Frankie, we discussed this outreach to Jason Jenkins and with the Columbus City Administration. So that's not something that is a top priority per se as the whole of the commission of the committee, but it's something that we need to keep up to date on and keep pushing Jason so that way we can have somebody attend at least on his behalf, or at least someone from the mayor's office attend and give us an update on where we are, especially in regards to the state of the city when that comes about.
I agree. I think Frankie would be an excellent individual for that.
Thanks, I'm in.
Okay, with that, can I have a vote of the commissioners on accepting Frankie as the candidate on the Communication and Outreach Committee?
Do roll call.
Can I have a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, Tyree, second.
Who motioned?
I did. Chair Chamberlain.
Okay. I gotta get my papers together here. Okay, we had a motion with a second to approve. Let's see, hold on a second here. Ms. Jones Harris on the communications committee, and she would take the lead on take the lead on communication with Jason Jenkins to ensure that he or someone from the mayor's office will attend the meetings and give updates when necessary. Also, she will be liaison to Columbus administration. Roll call voting. All those who approve, yes. Those who disapprove, no. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
yours truly, yes. Commissioner Holmes
Yes.
and Commissioner Dudley. Motion approved.
And as a side note, Frankie, thank you very much for being a commissioner for the Far East Area Commission. and all your hours and your service. And with that, I wanted to make sure that you had your choice of committees. So thank you very much. And look forward to you putting pressure on Jason Jenkins for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frankie.
Okay.
Jennifer,
next-
I have a response for you on the CV, the 5940 Chanter Drive.
Yes.
That's a new application. It's a Moo Moo Car Wash.
Oh,
Ooh,
On Main
Okay.
Street,
It's
correct?
a 5940 Chantry Drive.
all right.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
So
Okay.
they
then
moved it?
No, that's different. This is an additional location for them.
Okay.
Right.
That's a new application. All right. I will go ahead and I'll put that on the agenda then for next month.
Right.
If
And
you
that's
could get
Dave
out-
Perry again.
Who?
Dave Perry, he's the Moo Moo man.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you can send me
Yeah,
over the
that's-
application, I'll get it on the
Postcards
website.
from Lynne.
It's on the way.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sorry, back to my train of thought. Okay, so then for health and wellness, I have candidate Seth Bauer. Seth, if you can unmute yourself, or Summer, can you unmute him?
I've requested for him to unmute. There you go.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you, Seth.
Oh, perfect.
I want to confirm that you still want to be on the Health and Wellness Committee.
Yes, I do.
Great. Then I make a motion to appoint Seth to the Health and Wellness Committee, and that's under Jean Tyree.
A second.
Okay, Chamberlain first. Dudley second. And that is for Bauer, candidate Bauer, Health and Wellness.
And it's BOWER, correct?
Yes, BOWER.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome, Seth.
Thank you. Yes, glad to help out.
Okay, we had a motion, okay, roll call voting. Had a motion by Chair Commissioner Chamberlain, which was second to appoint Seth Bauer on the Health and Wellness Committee. Those who are in favor, yes, will be approval. Those who disapprove, be a no. Roll call vote. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall, and yours truly, yes. Commissioner Holmes and Commissioner Dudley.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thanks, everyone.
Welcome,
Thank
Seth.
you.
Thank you. You will be joined, Susan, if you, now this is up to you. You're on the, you chair the election committee if you still wanted to do that, but it's not in session right now.
Right.
That'll pick back up towards the end of next year. Do you, in the meantime, do you express an interest in wanting to be on the Health and Wellness committee? Is that something that you still want to do as well?
Yes.
Okay. Any objections to Commissioner Johnson being on the Health and Wellness Committee?
No.
Okay, so moved. Then Addie, could you please unmute? If you're there.
Yes.
Okay, Addie. I sent an email to you asking if you would want to be on the Transportation or Planning and Development Committee.
Are both of them completely uncontested? I don't want to take a spot from another person.
No, there's no one on either one of those committees.
If Mr. Dudley is interested, I would like to be on planning and development.
Okay.
Yeah. The more help, the merry. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. With that, I make a motion to have candidate Red on the Planning and Development Committee. Can I have a second?
I second.
I hate it when that happens. Who?
Good. Let's give it to Keith.
Okay, so Chamberlain first. Dudley second.
Voting.
Okay, let me get my. Okay, this would be planning.
Candidate Red, REDD. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, where did I move? Okay, move it down here. We had a motion by Commissioner Chamberlain, which was second, to appoint Eddie Red on the Planning and Development Committee. Roll call voting. All those who approve, yes. Those who disapprove, no. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Moynihan,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Abstain.
Commissioner Tyree, yours surely, yes. Commissioner Holmes
Yes.
and Commissioner Dudley.
Yes.
Motion approved.
I would just like to say this is a wonderful step forward for the commission to have these committees, and I would like to have the emails of every commission, every committee, and I would just like to have the dates of when you meet, so I can also connect you to your city counterparts. I think this is just great. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The
And-
general description of all of the committees are on the website.
And I had actually just updated the website, so everybody's in there now.
Great. The committee chairs are responsible for the committees. I'm not responsible for the committees. I will participate in all of the committees. But the work of the committee falls to the chair. And I can help guide as much as is needed. But I'm hoping with all of the work that I do that I'm really hoping this is the chance for all the chairs to kind of shine and do your thing. So any correspondence, could you please include Lynne on, myself on, and Jean Tyree on as secretary? So he has a copy of everything. And then please, one last reminder is every meeting is public and needs to go into the city bulletin as a matter of public record, and need at least I'm requesting at least 5 days in advance of the meeting, 5, yes, FIVE, 5, to be sent, so that way a public notification form can be given to the city for proper, I guess, protocol of what, I think they require 3 or 4, but let's play it safe and go 5, please.
And there is a form for that. I can give each committee chair, and you can send it to me, and we can get it out. It's great. I have some ideas for the planning committee for the health and wellness, and so I'm just very excited.
Okay, great. Any
I have a
questions?
question.
Yes.
Question is, are we assuming that our meetings will all be like on Zoom or WebEx?
Since we have an account with Zoom, I'd prefer that they stay on Zoom. Our, I don't know what that's called. The meeting ID and the meeting password have stayed the same. Those will not change.
I will have to set up individual meetings for each committee in order for
Okay.
that ID and password to stay the same. So if the chairs for each committee can let me know when they want that meeting to be, I can go ahead and set up that meeting. And that way it'll be available for you.
Okay.
Question to our tech person. When chairs call you to set up meetings, is there going to be a time limit on the meeting, and will the extra meetings be additional costs to our budget?
No, there will not be a time limit, and no, it will not pose an extra cost. So we have
Thank you.
unlimited meetings and unlimited amount of time.
Thank you.
No problem.
Any other questions?
No, Lynn, you said you're gonna give me my counterpart in the city so we can contact them as well. 'Cause I would like to do
and
that.
And I'm also thinking of Morpsey too.
That would probably be transportation.
And I think.
Oh, yeah, it would be planning.
Planning is very important, very important. So let me kind of mull this over, and then we can, when you meet, when you set up time, you and Addie, I could just get some things for you guys to look at.
Okay. Do you have Addie's information?
That's why I need to get emails of just every, I don't think I have Seth's, but
I can actually, I just opened up the chat. If everyone can put their contact information in the chat at this time, that would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't know my Far East area email.
It's your first it's your first name, just the initial, and then your last name at Far East.
First initial, last name.
Your first initial and then last name.
Okay.
At fareastac.org. So for each commissioner, it's going to be the first initial of your first name, followed by your full last name at fareastac.org. If you need me to resend you your username and passwords, let me know.
Yeah.
Who said yes?
Me.
I did.
That was multiple people.
Oh.
Okay, if you need me to send you your username and passwords, go ahead and send me an email.
Okay, they should be in the chat then.
I want to make sure that we don't conclude the meeting until everyone has their contact information in the chat, because otherwise it will disconnect.
Okay, Frankie, can you put your email address in there? If you're on still. If not, I have hers, I think.
There it is.
Okay,
Did it. Sorry.
You're fine.
all right, is that good then?
Yep.
Okay, any other new business?
Chair, I have a question. Going forward, are all emails in relationship to the area commission to be done on these email addresses?
I would love it if we could, as quickly as possible, yes.
Does this apply to the committee members, which are not commissioners as well?
No, committee members
No.
will use their own private emails. The commissioners is what I'm concerned
Okay.
about.
Yeah.
But as committee members, all right, that's still public record.
It is still public record. Yes, every message that is sent.
And so the commission should have a record of any emails between committee members and the chairs or anyone else.
Well,
That
that's
is-
why there.
ahead.
That's why I requested that myself and Lynn and Jean be included in on those emails, especially Jean, since he's the secretary. Everything goes through him. So that way he maintains a record of all of that.
Are the
When you say-
emails from the city in relationship to the zoning, as an example of zoning applications? Are those going to be addressed to the, like L Marshall at FEA, .org?
We need to get all of those. We really need to, as much as we can get used our fareastac.org email addresses, we really need to. Right?
And I need to get those as soon as possible so I can give those to the city.
So it's that routing to the correct email address for the.
Yeah,
I can send that to you,
Great.
Lynn. I can send you a list of
Yeah.
all of the commissioners' email addresses.
that would be awesome. And if there are any changes to your contacts, I appreciate that too. Thank you.
And I just put a message in the chat. I think probably everyone can see it. The actual address is for FAREASTAC.org.
That's what oh, yes.
That's going to
Okay.
make a big difference, Susan.
Yes,
Oh.
fareast.org, fareastac.org.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for catching that. I did not.
And listen, Eddie's is sending a message to Keith on Facebook. So Keith, you might want to get her to use your email and
got
not
it.
use Facebook.
I got it. I'm not. I got her Gmail. I sent her a message already. For,
Okay, thank you.
At your
yeah, I've already
Gmail?
sent her a message.
Thank you.
Yep,
Well,
I-
Keith,
at her Gmail.
at her Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay,
her-
from
at
your
her Gmail.
area commission. Okay.
Not yet. I don't have my area commission, but because I don't have my password. But
Haven't
when I
set up
get
yet.
that, I
Okay.
will put that back there.
So let me go
Then I
ahead.
will send an email to everybody.
I'll put Keith's email address in there just so you know.
Oh yeah,
Here
here it is. I can do that.
Okay.
Here we go.
Because that'll be the one that we need to use. And I can get you set up by tomorrow.
Okay.
any other questions?
I think I sent her both of them too. So, but there it is.
Okay.
All right, any other new business? I have one item of new business. Would like to, it's a little past, but would like to wish Lynne LaCour a happy birthday, belated birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Lynn.
birthday to
Happy
you.
belated
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Lynn. Happy birthday,
Birthday,
dear
dear Lynn. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much on my 70th. That means a lot. And thank you for your emails and well wishes. I truly appreciate it. Everything. I look forward to working with you.
Happy birthday, Lynn.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
Thank
Hey, Charlotte. Happy
Aw.
birthday, Charlotte. How old is Charlotte?
Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, I
so
just
grown.
tired. Well, thank you. I hope you have a good birthday too, Lynn.
Thank you. I wish we could trade ages. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn, for everything that you do.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy it. It's a labor of love. Thank you.
This is 10 years for our area commission, and
I
That's
can't
amazing.
believe that.
I know, but we couldn't
Like
have
a
done,
birthday.
we couldn't have done any of this without you.
Yep.
10 years?
Yep.
And 10 years you've been putting up with us.
Oh my God.
I think we all have to take her out to eat when we go out to eat.
Oh,
Yes.
when we get the vaccine, when we get the vaccine.
Amen.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank
Before
you,
we adjourn, I have a
everybody.
request.
You just got closer to the vaccine, Lynn.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you
Madam
for
Chair.
everyone attending tonight.
Madam Chair,
Um,
before we
oh.
close,
Yes.
you gave a nice little readout about speaker criteria, about the time that is required and so forth. Could you just go ahead and send that to me in my web mail,
Yes.
and that way I can put it in the minutes.
Yep. I will do
Okay,
that.
thank you. That's it.
Anything else?
I move we adjourn.
I second.
I beat you.
Mhm.
Okay, then Holmes,
Holmes first.
who second?
Marshall,
Marshall second.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, can we
Not
just have a
available
voice-
motion.
Madam Chair, can we just have voice vote?
Yep. Voice vote.
Yes.
All in favor, say yes.
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 Hello?
Yes.
Yes, approved.
Yes.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Happy
Bye.
New Year,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.